All right, back to another day cutting beans. But today I think we're going to pull a page out of Dylan Joyce's playbook on harvesting. For the time being, it's just going to be me and Carter. Kelly's on her way back from Chattanooga after visiting Paige. She'll be back probably sometime around lunchtime, but unfortunately one of Zach's close family members was involved in an accident. And of course, they're at the hospital being with family right now, so it's just going to be up to me and Carter to try and get as many of these beans out today before storm system gets here. It's supposed to be here sometime around noon, about the time Kelly gets here. So we got combine, grain buggy, semi truck. We got to get all that moved to the field, and got a nice breeze blowing this morning, so we should be able to start cutting immediately. You up to the task this morning, Carter? Huh? All right, we made it here, safe and sound. Get this thing hooked up and see how many beans we can get out. All right, what we got going on today, we're gonna pull a page out of Dylan and Robert Joyce's playbook where you try and harvest a crop with only two people, because that's all that's out here, just me and Carter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this field laid off. I'm gonna get the first load cut. We got a 65-acre farm here, and I'm gonna get the first load cut, and then I'm gonna turn the combine over to Carter, and I'm gonna run the truck. And when I get back to the truck, I'll run the grain buggy, try and do both duties at once until Kelly gets here in a few hours. I'm really glad now that Carter got some experience cutting beans this weekend, because it's going to pay dividends today with Zach being out. He did an outstanding job on the few combine loads he got to cut yesterday, and I've got full confidence in him to be able to put him on the combine while I run the truck back and forth. As you can tell, that wind is whipping today, but we got a real early start this morning. These beans are surprisingly cutting pretty tough. Tougher than I thought they would. We had a little bit of a breeze blowing last night, so very little dew, and then a heck of a wind this morning. I figured they'd be a little bit drier than what they are. Hopefully they'll dry out a little bit by the time I turn the combine over to Carter, and they won't give him any fits. Like I told you earlier, there's supposed to be a storm front come through sometime around noon, early afternoon. Dropped a ton of rain out in the Midwest. I think the bulk of the worst stuff is going to go north of us, but we are predicting to get some rain. So let's check out, see what the latest forecast is.
Today and tonight, a few strong to severe storms are possible today across the Mid-South, mainly along the east of the Mississippi River and north of the Tennessee and Mississippi borders. The main threat will be damaging winds. The most likely time for strong to severe storms will be from late morning along the Mississippi River to late this afternoon near the Tennessee River.
Well, there you have it. It looks like they've amped up the forecast a little bit. They're saying some strong to severe thunderstorms east of the Mississippi and north of the Tennessee-Mississippi line. I was hoping maybe we'd get by with maybe a 1/10 of an inch, be in and out real quick. still a possibility, but I don't like the way that forecast sounds. Whoo-wee, I almost pulled that sucker in the combine. That would have been a bad deal right there. There you go. Let Zach push that over in the woods with the blade. Got some really strong yields on this farm once we got inrows cut around the outside edges of the field. I know they don't look like much, but boy, they are loaded up with pods. Oh, there, Carter. Overshot it a little bit. Well, this load's going to do it for me on the combine here for a little bit. This ought to fill the truck up, so I'm going to hop in the truck and let Carter take over. I think Kelly's getting pretty close, so she ought to be out here soon. Then we'll have a full crew. I don't know if I'll be able to reclaim my spot on the combine or not today. I don't know if Carter's going to give it up. All right, Carter, you ready to take over? Think you can handle this out here all by yourself?
Yeah.
Alright, well come on, I'll take the grain buggy and haul the first load off. Make sure you're very, very careful out here by yourself, and these beans are cutting pretty tough, so you're really going to have to watch that power load on the monitor there so you don't overload the combine and choke it up. We've got to get that boy some proper farm attire. Well, actually he's got it, just got to get him to wear it. I mean, sandals, really? Looking good so far. He'll probably have this thing filled up before I get back though. All right, now that's what I call a load of good looking beans. Hey, Kelly was back at the house when I got back with the load, and we got back from dumping. Carter had the grain buggy filled up and working on the last load to top the truck off. Looks like he's done a mighty fine job so far.
That would be Carter driving the combine today.
Come over my way.
And I just got back to... I just got back and out here in the buggy again. So that's Carter cutting today. He's out of school, goes back tomorrow. It's extremely windy out here today. driving back.
Come on, bud. I'm going 3.8 and hauling a 92% engine load.
Got thrown around pretty much from Nashville all the way to here, so it's a long drive. But yep, just here till the rain comes.
Mother and son working together. Beautiful sight. Load number 2 for the day. So I cut one, Carter cut one. He's doing real good so far. Let's see how much more he can cut while I'm gone now that he got a grain cart that can stay with him. He doesn't have to run over to the grain cart and dump. That storm front's getting a little closer every minute. I think we might be able to get one more done before the rain gets here. Back and ready for load number 3. He done really good. He's almost got this 50-acre block finished up. Then we got about 15 acres there across the creek, and I'll have this farm wrapped up. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get this farm done before the rain gets here if we get lucky. Well, looks like that's going to be it for the day. We got a little over 3 loads cut. I think it's like 230. Got something like 45 acres cut, 45 acres cut. So that's a lot better day than I thought we were going to have. I really wasn't expecting to get this far, especially being down a man early, having to get equipment moved over here and everything else. So I'm really happy with how today went. We just got a light shower that got things kind of damp. Then we got a sail right there moving straight up our way, and then a whole line right behind it. The line actually looks pretty thin, so we might mess around and not get very much rain, and maybe with any luck we can get started back again at some point tomorrow. So I don't know, just gotta wait and see what the weather does. Just look, same story as the last 2 weeks, just hurry up and wait. See what the weather does. And there it is. Carter's taking combine up here to the front. We're gonna blow it off so this rain doesn't make all that residue stick to it, make it harder to clean up. I hope Carter enjoyed today and felt like he was an important part of the operation the last few days. That was kind of my goal, with getting him to run the combine, and then today I really needed him to run the combine. So I remember when I was that age, anytime we were short on help and I got to pick up a job that I knew I could do, but I wasn't routinely able to do it because of other help, I know it really made me feel important and like I was a part of the team. So hopefully it had the same effect on him today. And even if it didn't, he got some real valuable experience. Anyway, I'll bring y'all back whenever we get back out here in the bean field again, whenever that may be.